Moderately in frame, I think.
Moderately in frame. I can move.
Moderately in frame.
If I need to move.
Watch.
Yeah, I'd like to watch us now. Thank you. No, I don't care about that.
What's happening?
I don't know.
What am I watching?
I was watching a Butterfingers commercial.
I think this must be a commercial.
Aha! There it is.
No. We're hosting someone, but it should kick him off because we're live now.
Showing us, yeah.
Maybe if I refresh my page. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. Also, I will try my best to keep track of what is going on. Hold on. Let me see if that did anything. I was trying to scrunch us in just a touch. Nope. There. I'm gonna, but I hope, okay. That should be fine. Doing this live, everybody. It's so much fun. I'm festive. Ray is festive. Because it's the last podcast before Christmas. Although,
yep.
It's, if Ember gets it done right, it'll be coming out on Christmas Eve. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. If you celebrate Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Yes.
Hanukkah just finished. Yule? Did I miss Yule?
Yule.
It's the solstice today.
Yeah, it's the solstice today, so. Happy Yule, everybody. Yeah, Hanukkah was super early in December this year.
Yep.
I have my festive mug
calendar
for everyone to look at. For those of us, hello everybody. For those with us live, I have my new office set up. You can see my lovely fire going, and you will see my festive mug as I drink out of it. I am a Christmas fairy. I know this about myself. Okay. I think we are ready to go. Let me get my notes up.
Okie dokie.
And yeah. Okay. Did I tweet? I can't remember if I twittered. I don't think I twittered.
Okay, yay, I got the mute button in time. Sneeze.
Yeah, bless you.
I'm like, nobody wants to hear that.
Yeah, just let's not.
Well, my exes used to call them tornado warnings whenever I would sneeze because they're just loud and obnoxious. We're just getting some last minute things together.
Yep. I really hope you can't hear my husband. He's so loud.
I can't hear him.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure you can't hear Scott.
Nope, can't. Okay, so if nothing else, we should be okay.
We're just crossing with polyhedron tonight. It's fine.
Yeah. We'll just get finished with ours, and if they're still going, we'll take over theirs. Okay. So, whenever you're ready, we can give it some moments of silence, and then we can get going.
Awesome. Okay. Hello, welcome to episode 180 of Geek Grills. The Geek Grills podcast is supported primarily by our patrons, www.patreon.com/grills. I'm Ray. I'm joined by my lovely co-host Linda,
Hello there.
and today's topic is delayed games, which has been everybody's been chattering about it lately because COVID. But before we get started on that, what have you been up to, Linda?
Well, so I don't remember how much of the Saga of the Hood has made it into the podcast, but the one I made last week, almost said last year, not yet, a couple of weeks it'll be last year. The one I made last week, it turned out to be child-sized, because I couldn't do it. Things happened. So things happened. So I remade it, but this time I used thicker yarn, and it's a rainbow.
Nice.
So it's gigantic. I don't know if you
overcorrected.
I don't know if I overcorrected in the other direction, because just bear with me, because there we go. It's so big. It's comfy. It's cozy, but yeah, I'm at that point where I'm debating unraveling it and using the yarn for something else, and then just trying again with the black yarn and just making the hood with more. I can't even think of the word right now. I'm so conflaborated. Making it with more rows, so that it's like deeper, because that's the problem. Is the other one is too short. It doesn't go all the way over my head. It fits pretty good, like lengthwise, but it's a little too shallow. I don't know what this motion was that I'm doing with my hands. But I do have that, and it's really cozy, and maybe I'll use it for LARP or something. I feel vaguely like when you're looking at me straight on when I'm wearing it, all you can see are the bright colors, because it's got red, orange, and then yellow, and then like the cooler colors, the green, the blue, and the purple, are in the back. So if you're looking at me from like the side, you can see the whole rainbow, but when you're looking at me straight on, I'm like, I look like Big Bird. Like I've got a Big Bird hood, because it's just orange and yellow and there's red, and I don't know. It's very, very warm, so I do like it for that. The other thing is, for the people who can like see our live recording, I reorganized my office. I have a big old new desk, and I have obviously put up the cozy things. I've got my fake fireplace that is a heater. It's lovely. It's got like lantern and a tea set on it, and Christmas stuff, and it's so very cozy.
Cabin core, as I learned a new core today.
Yes, cabin core, because cottage core is like the outside. That's like the garden and the flowers. It's more like springtime, and then to me, cabin core is like the fall colors, and it's very cozy, and it's got like, the not sepia tone, but it's kind of the warm tones to it. I'm some sort of mix between the two of them. That is my aesthetic. And then I'm in the planning stages of moving my craft room, which those that follow the show know I have moved my craft room once this year already. But since my husband has moved his office upstairs to the spare room, the finished basement is now empty. And there is a lot more room down there than where my craft room is now. And I am busting out of that room. I'm busting at the seams. It's so much craft. There's so much craft in there.
Steal it. Take it
So-
for your own.
I have, because I had nothing better to do, I made myself a semi-correct, like, model of the space and where I'm going to put things.
No,
It's-
that's actually really good.
Because I measured it in my feet. I called them LFs, Linda feets. So it's approximately this many Linda feets. So I'm pretty sure everything should fit down there with enough like wiggle room, and it'll be good because I am just a tiny bit cramped in the space that I am now. Of course, that's the ever-ending problem of that is I will fill the space eventually, but you know that's okay.
Oh yeah.
But that is basically what I've been up to. I'm in the process of making this like little hangy light thing, but I have to finish it before I can tell if I like it. So far it's okay, but it's in the process. It's like it's got some icicle lights, and then I've got these little stars that I made that I'm gonna hang from it. I don't know yet. I have to see. We'll see. So that's basically what I've been up to in my off week. Most of my off week was taken with organizing my office.
Oh, it looks really awesome.
Thank you. I'm very proud of it. What have you been up to?
Not much. I admit this past week was rather stressful. Just a lot of people at my job are off pretty much from like now to the next year. So, it's a little tense not having some people around because it's like, oh God, this thing came up. What do? I don't want to mess with you on your day off, but I also did not get all my days off taken that I was supposed to.
Yeah.
It's sick days. They gave us so we have PTO and sick days. I got all the PTO done, but I didn't get all the sick days. And of course, like the week that I start to feel sick with a day and a half of sick days left is the week that like we're short staffed and like it's are you really sick? Can't you just like have a have a bag next to your desk in case you feel nauseous? I'm like, yes, I can.
That's horrible.
It's the flip side to work from home.
Yeah, like
So,
our our laboratory, like we're only allowed to have one lab aide off at a time. Otherwise, the workload just piles onto the other lab aides. So I understand why they did it, but December is booked solid, like for days off. I managed to get my week, because if we don't use our days, we lose them. And I still have a week of PTO I could have taken off, but there was just no time because everyone had to take off their days.
yeah, because we didn't know. Like,
Mhm.
I'm actually kind of grateful that I had before this all happened. I thought I was gonna have like a week-long vacation in Texas, so I booked that, and then I'm like, well, it's getting close to the end of the quarter. I'm just gonna take some random days off now to try and get this used.
Mental health days, yeah.
Oh. Uh, so I haven't really done any art. I need to get some done. But I did get a stream of Monster Camp done, which was really nice. And I had like a delightful person who like came by and like they watched. They didn't comment until like the end, because when you play Monster Prom or Monster Camp, you choose like a 30-minute or 1 hour game, and then you have the credits roll. So they didn't talk to me until the credits were rolling, and my throat was so sore by the end I couldn't really like engage in conversation
Oh.
because I'd spent an hour and a half doing wacky voices. But it was fun. Like it was still fun. It was nice to talk to somebody, and it made me feel better because the stream previous to that was not a good stream.
Mm-hmm.
And in WoW, 3 of my 5 characters are assigned to their covenants. Only one of them is max level still. But that just means the other four need to get 10 levels done, which shouldn't be hard. And you can do this thing now where you play through like the intro thing that gets you to the Shadowlands, gets you to the afterlife basically.
Mhm.
And then since I've already played through it on my main character, I can just be like, nope, don't care about story. Just give me Covenant. I want a pretty Night Fae, or I want to work for Bastion and be an angel thing. Like, just give me the goods. So I got that done for like 3 of them. I have not done it for Bastion yet.
Mhm.
That'll be next. And let's see. Yeah, I think that's it. And the only other thing I have is literally like I started this for art today. If you're on my live stream, you can see it. It's
Oh.
gonna be because I played Monster Camp, which got me thinking Monster Prom,
Mhm.
and we were talking about with the person who hopped on my stream. We were talking about who our favorites were,
Mhm.
and my favorite is always Zoe. So I'm ripping off. Zoe would be proud of me because she's a fangirl. Uh, I am ripping off a picture of Uranus and Neptune, like on the bed of roses from Crystal,
Mhm.
and it's gonna be Amira, which is my favorite PC that you have. She's the Fire Jin, and Zoe, and they're just gonna be cute and cuddly.
Yay.
That'll be fun. That's kind of my relax and before I start worrying about making gifts. I can buy gifts now. I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
All our gift buying is done. I'm so happy.
I had to wait until we had money for that. So surprise, we
Surprise.
actually got a bonus. So hooray! I can buy gifts now. All right. Well, a holiday drama done. Let's move on to the discussion of delayed game. So,
Yes.
so 2020, as it is the year of, uh, had a lot caused a lot of games to start talking about caused a lot of gamers to start talking about delays because COVID.
Mhm.
So a bunch of games that were supposed to come out this year or early next year have been delayed, understandably. And game delays are nothing new. Like as long as there have been games, there have been delays. These things happen. Honestly, the first one I really remember is the Duke Nukem Forever, which I vaguely remember playing the first Duke Nukem game, and I liked it enough. Like it was crass, and it's like I think I was in No, I was in high school. They had it on the high school computers, and it was crass and kind of funny. And I'm like, okay, cool. And they announced in 1997 about Duke Nukem Forever, which didn't actually come out until 2011. Like honestly, it just became like the gamer version of Chinese democracy, and Guns N' Roses called our bluff on that too. Uh, so like delays can be caused by various reasons. Sometimes it's just like, oh wait, the new next generation system's coming out, so we can up our specs and make this look really awesome and polished for it. Sometimes just people seem really excited about the game that's going to come out.
Mhm.
Of course, there's always technical delays and adding more features because EA is notorious for one add multiplayer to all their games, even though we don't always want multiplayer. I don't want
You
multiplayer.
don't need it sometimes.
I need
Yeah.
multiplayer in a single
Oh.
player RPG system. I'm just saying, stop
Yeah.
it. Leave Dragon Age alone.
Yeah, hang on, I gotta let my cat out of the room. I had to close had to close my door, and so she's sitting there just staring at me like, "Can I leave now?" So hang on.
I don't care about your delayed games,
Yes,
Mom.
yes. Oh, meow, meow, meow.
I'm the
Here you
fuzzy
go.
co-host, but I'm
Here
just
you
I'm
go.
just free to walk in and
Leave
out
it
as I
cracked.
please. All right.
There. I left the door cracked so they can come and go as they please because they're.
She could return in her co-host duties as deemed.
Yes, she cannot
uh,
stand doors. She hates doors. Um.
yeah, and sometimes there's just bugs that take a while to get fixed.
Mhm.
Um, and of course, pandemics cause delays.
Yes.
So,
And strikes cause delays and
strikes
all
cause
things that
delays.
like that.
Uh, so if we know about delays, why do we get so upset about them? We know this is gonna happen, but wouldn't it be better to wait a little bit longer and have a good finished game than a incomplete, buggy as heck game released on the promised day?
Yeah. I have, like, I know we've got our lists here and we'll share them, but I actually have two kind of examples of that, of games that were delayed or came out longer than people thought they should have, or long after they thought they should have. And so one of them that jumps to mind, it wasn't super delayed, but it was Ori and the Will-O-the-Wisps, which is the successor to Ori and the Blind Forest. And it took, it took like 3 or 5 years between the two of them. Hold on, don't quote me on that. Let me make sure that I am getting those dates right. So, Ori and the Blind Forest. When did you come out, sir, madam?
A while ago?
It was like the first one, Ori and the Blind Forest, release date. There we go. I can Google. So the first one came out in 2015. And I believe Ori and the Will-O-the-Wisps came out in 2019. No, 2020. It came out it was supposed to come out in 2019, and it came out in 2020. So it's 5 years between the two games. But if you have seen Ori and the Will-O-the-Wisps, you will know that it is a gorgeous game. It is fantastic. And that is a case where I believe that a delay was fine. It was, they wanted to iron out everything. They wanted to make sure it looked as good as the first one, because the first one was amazing. And no one was, expecting it because it was their first game. So there wasn't that pressure on them like there is with a second game in a series. And I have the whole thing about the Ori series because they've done a fabulous job with like themes and music. Like I kind of want to pick apart all the musical themes because they've done things where they've brought music from the first into the second, and it's great. It's fabulous. I love it. So in that case, I think that is a good reason, a good it turned out okay that the game was delayed because they were able to put so much love and effort into it, and maybe everybody else they're like game, and it's just like, just wait, it's gonna be great, I promise. But then on the other end of the spectrum, you have it's not really like a sequel. It's more of a spiritual sequel, which is the folks that made Until Dawn then made Man of Medan. And I'm fairly certain, if I'm recalling correctly, that was also delayed. However, it was not great. It's not good. Because you had Until Dawn, which was this, the system in it is very much, your choices matter, and it affects the outcome, and they tried to do that with Man of Medan, but it was clunky. It was it was not as polished. They had this almost the same formula, but it was like it had taken a step backwards, which is weird. And they also have just come out, it's the same folks, they've come out with Little Hope. And I have feelings about that particular game, because they were doing great with the story and the intrigue, and then they fumbled the football at the very end of the game. Because it's like the ending would have been great on a different game, but on the game that it was attached to, it made it feel cheap. That's all I'm going to say about it. If you haven't played or seen someone play Little Hope, that's all I'm going to say about it. But it's just that one is, it's not, it was delayed, but then it didn't feel like it was worth the delay, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, Dragon Age 2. It's I honestly feel like they were probably pushed to hurry up and get it out because Dragon Age Origins was huge. It was great. It was wonderful. You had options, and then like, what was it, like a year, 2 years later, they had an expansion called Awakenings, which is like just a little like, I think you could get 80 hours squeezed. No, maybe not 80 hours. Probably 40, maybe 60. It basically was something to tide you over while they worked on the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one is just so different. And it's just not... I've replayed Inquisition. And I have replayed Origins more times than I should admit. But I have only played Dragon Age 2 twice. That's it. That's all I needed to get everything I wanted out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it is kind of disappointing because they also, like, I believe it was delayed, it was pushed back, and I was one of those people who, like, I was okay with the delay, and as soon as they gave me, like, an actual date, I was outside a GameStop at midnight waiting to get it with, like, everybody else who was there for, like, Grand Theft Auto 5 or whatever, and they're like, what are you here for? I'm like, Dragon Age! And they're like, alright, weirdo, come on in, get your game. Literally, everybody else was there for, like, that, or was it Saints Row? It was some other game that was, like, a hardcore game, and I'm like, no, I just want my RPG.
I just want my RPG.
I want elves and Qunari. But yeah, so like delays happen. Usually they happen, and it's understandable. And sometimes they're not worth the wait. But honestly, I put that up to also, like, sometimes the game you get isn't the game that you expected.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how much. It's hard to say how much of that is due because they needed more time, and how much is that just because maybe there was a flaw. There was just like a core flaw that nobody picked up on because they were so busy trying to get it out.
Yeah.
At a certain time. Because usually when they'll announce a game, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, coming soon," or coming. Like World of Warcraft, they initially announced that in 2001. It came out in 2004.
Yeah.
So, because it's like, it's hard to tell sometimes. Sometimes it's just like this vague, coming in the third quarter of 2025. And you're like, okay, sure. But like, it's always hard to tell. Like, I've got a list of ones that were like worth the wait and ones that weren't.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's so
I vaguely remember Spore.
Yeah.
I remember being excited about Spore, hearing about Spore, and then just like nothing about Spore ever manifested. And like my friends who had it were like,
eh.
I'm like, well, that's not really a good reason for $60, so.
Yeah.
I did love Alan Wake. I didn't play it. Scott played it, but.
Yeah, I'm looking through them, trying to find ones that I know the name of. Strangely enough, the ones that I don't really recognize are the ones that are like, not worth the wait. Like Fallout 3 is on the worth to wait list. Resident Evil 4.
I did not want to go. I did like the Resident Evil games, but honestly, to me, they're only fun in the arcade with your friend. Like. It just adds to it.
Oh, Vin Diesel. I did not know he made a game, or his likeness was in a game called Wheelman, and apparently it was not a good game, so.
Oh, well. game that is on this list that I actually have not played yet but want to, Persona 5.
That is on the worth the wait list, so
Yep.
that's good.
Yeah,
Um,
apparently 2014 launch, but it was delayed by for another 2 years.
mhm.
I All my friends are like, at this point they're like, if you want Persona, you play Persona 5. Okay, well, I will put that on my wish list.
Let's see, Diablo 3. Apparently, people liked.
I have given up on Final Fantasies.
Yeah,
So
Final Fantasy. What is that? 15.
15.
Okay.
I gave up.
Oh, okay. Here's one that's. There's one that's on the list that I actually enjoyed watching someone stream, but I enjoyed it because it was very, very pretty. Um, and
The Last Guardian.
the Last Guardian, um, and I enjoyed it because the creature design was really cool, and I liked the way that the main character, and the giant creature interacted. But
I
people,
think I think people just really wanted another Shadow of the Colossus.
yeah,
That's not what it is.
and it's I think the like one of the big um, complaints is that the controls are kind of clunky.
Which was true for Shadow of the Colossus as well.
Yeah, but again,
But yeah,
the Shadow of the Colossus was made in the 90s, I want to say. Maybe early aughts. And the last
2000s.
was the 2000s? And then but the last Guardian was made with higher, graphics and higher fidelity, and I just think people wanted more out of it, but
2006 because it was on PlayStation 2.
Okay, 2006, so.
Yeah, because I'm like, I know we owned it. I actually played that one for a bit.
But I thought it was pretty, but then again, I wasn't waiting for it. I didn't know about it until I watched this streamer play it, and so I didn't have the big anticipation for it. I was just like, oh, that's a pretty game.
Oh, speaking of anticipation games, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, yeah.
That one I actually was pretty excited for, but I don't have a new enough system for that.
Yeah.
My oldest system is a 360, guys. That's it.
Oh, Prey? Prey was another very interesting one.
Yeah, Prey was another one that's like been a long time coming.
I just Kingdom Hearts 3.
Not as familiar with that one.
Oh, not worth the wait. Aliens, Colonial Marines. I've heard bad things about that game.
Yep.
Oh, it has it takes a pretty bad example to lead people to try and file a class action lawsuit for false advertising.
Dang. That is pretty harsh. Let's see. Team Fortress 2, I did not know had such a long delay. I admit that right off the bat.
Still, the only memories I have of Team Fortress 2 is being in another room and just hearing my husband cursing spies. That is my memories of Team Fortress 2.
Duke not Nukem. Worth the wait. Number one for that is Duke Nukem Forever, which yeah. I think it waited too long. It lost it because when Duke Nukem came out, it was like relevant. It was like plugged into the cultural zeitgeist at the time of the mid 90s. It was just rude and crude and it was so cool, man. And yeah, I think it just tried too hard to stay with that. Oh, I'm such a rough, crude guy. It's like, no, the culture has changed now. We're trying to be more than we were before. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry, but...
Number 1, worth the wait, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That is a gorgeous game. Like, so pretty. In a different way than Ori, and the Ori games are pretty. But I've seen it played. Yeah. That just is neat.
Let's see. And then ones that got delayed for this year,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go over the ones that like I was anticipating. Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
I would have been okay if it was further delayed.
Hmm.
I'm in the minority, but I'm good. Like I had fun, but I didn't actually play it. I literally got through character creation, got far enough in the game where I didn't even get to the title screen because I have a little prologue section that you have to play through and then you get the title screen.
Oh
I
no.
didn't even get there.
Oh
I got
dear.
long enough to make my character and take some pictures. That's it. Because Scott also plays it, so it was like
Mm-hmm.
he was being kind, letting me have enough time to make a character. And I'm just waiting for him to finish it so that I can have a good shot at it.
Yeah. Let's see.
Let's
Ascent.
see.
Ascent.
Far Cry 6. I know some. I've never played the Far Cry games.
Death.
Psychonauts 2. Yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Psychonauts is like a fantastic game, and I will never not stand for Double Fine. I freaking love their games. They're
Mhm.
just delightful. And Psychonauts came out originally on the Xbox, the old black Xbox.
Mhm.
So it's like an early. That's around the early aughts.
Oh lord, Far Cry 6. That looks like legit film.
Oh, those have always been really gorgeous games.
Yeah, I've watched a couple of the was it Far Cry. I might be thinking of a different game, but there's one of the Far Cry series you can beat it in 10 minutes if you do something really weird at the beginning. But anyway, um that one, like, that looks like they legitimately filmed it. That's really cool.
But yeah, they finally announced Psychonauts is supposed to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been pushed back to 2021. But
Mhm.
it's fine. I will continue to wait because I freaking loved it. Also, the main voice actor for Raz, the main character, the little boy,
Mm-hmm.
is also the voice actor from Invader Zim, and also one of the demons on uh, Hell of a Boss. If anybody's watching that.
Has it's called Hell of a or Has Been
Hell of a
Hotel.
Boss, but it's also that's the same company, VisiPop, that's also doing Has Been Hotel.
Okay, that's what. Yeah, I was like, isn't it
Yeah,
called Has Been Hotel? But I guess it's two separate things.
it's two separate shows.
Okay.
But they're both in hell, so
Both in hell.
yeah. I think the only other one that I know on this list that
Ooh, Bloodlines.
we are waiting for, yep, is Bloodlines.
Bloodlines 2.
And I should probably play the original.
Probably. I don't know.
I've tried. I've picked it up a few times, but I haven't actually sat down and stuck with it. And I think the first time I think I was a Nosferatu, which is kind of not the best clan to start with, because you have to be really good about hiding, because you're a Nos.
For
So I
those
might
for
try to
those
get
of
it.
you not familiar with Vampire the Masquerade, Nosferatu are one of the gnarly looking ones, and they can't.
Like their namesake.
Yeah.
You can't hide it. Well, if you have Obfuscate, the skill, you can hide it, but you don't have a high enough level to really hide it and go walking on the street when you start.
You gotta just put your rainbow hood on and hopefully that nobody sees you. Just, bonk.
So,
I'm not here.
I might give it another shot and just play as something like a Toreador. Something easy.
Easy and pretty.
I should probably play a Toreador for once, as much crap as I give them.
That way, when you play your Nos, you can.
I know exactly how to make fun of them.
Exactly.
Nos are my favorite.
Obviously. I'm just a little sad that both in kind of the new incarnation, because they haven't written them yet, and in Bloodlines, I won't be able to play my favorite quote unquote clan, because they're a bloodline in the original book, which is a daughter of Cacophony. So they have singing magic. Anyway.
So, Do you have any particular delayed games that we didn't talk about that you're really excited, or you're really upset that it was delayed and nothing good came out of it? Do you need suggestions on how to deal with delayed games? Because honestly, just like forgetting about them for a while helps me. And I'm like, oh wow, that game I was excited about like 3 years ago is about to come out. Hooray!
Hooray! That was me when, like, after Ori and the Blind Forest, and I think it was 2017, they dropped the trailer for the next game, which 3 years later is when it finally came out. But I saw online. I saw the E3 because I didn't go to E3, but I saw the trailer for it and I was just like, ee! Like, I did a really high pitched squealing noise. But yeah, then you just kind of like, my thought process for most, like, at least AAA games, it's different for like indie developers, but most AAA games, you see the trailer and you're like, that's really cool. Now forget about it for at least a year. At least.
It'll be ready when it's ready.
When it's ready. And you know what? Sometimes they shouldn't push. They should let it be ready when it's ready. Because sometimes it comes out after being delayed because they decided to push it, and it's bad. I'm looking at you, Man of Medan.
Overworked staff, no breaks, like no. Let people make art in the time that they need to make art.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have any opinions on delayed games, feel free to chime in by emailing us at geekgirls@gmail.com, or you can tweet us at geekgirls.
Sorry, it's a little bit of a short one, but it is only two of us tonight. Ember's having her anniversary. Happy anniversary, Ember.
Happy anniversary. So, Linda, what are you most anticipating?
Christmas.
Yay!
As I've stated previously, I am a Christmas fairy, so I am happy for that. I'm enjoying my big Christmas present right now, which is my new desk. But it's going to be interesting, also entertaining, because we're going to be doing I don't even know what to call it, a Christmas jaunt, because we're the youngest ones. We are going to be going around to all of the relatives that are near us, gathering gifts and dropping off gifts. Like, we're going to be dropping them on the porch and then, like, standing back, and then they can drop the other ones on the porch, and then we'll get them when they, like, go in the house. And then, like, get gifts to who the gifts go to, and which is going to be hilarious because my parents are across town. They're, like, the farthest ones away. So we have to...
Santa reindeer.
Kind of. We should put on the reindeer, like, things. Because it's going to be, like, going around in our part of town and then going over to my parents and doing the switcheroo, the changer. Changer? I don't know what I'm saying. And then coming back and going around again to the folks so that people that my parents have gifts for, we can then drop off. It's just, it's going to be a lot of driving, and there's apparently, not supposed to be, there might be snow in Georgia on Christmas Day. Maybe. So
whatever. I don't know why I care. I'm not going outside.
So we're going to be driving, but we're trying to do the thing, and then once everybody has their presents, we're going to attempt a Zoom call with everyone on the Zoom call. Our grandparents may or may not be able to make it. But we're going to try. We're going to try to get everyone on a Zoom call and then open gifts with everyone on the Zoom call so that we can have kind of a family thing. We're doing our best. And, just all we can do.
Me and Scott are not really big Christmas folks, so ours is much more laid back. I am excited about my 3-day weekend, not gonna lie.
Yay!
My mom actually found out that she has a brother, a half-brother. So
Oh.
she was able to use genealogy to track him down, which is awesome. So she has now learned how to do a Zoom call because they had a Zoom conversation.
Hooray!
And we're probably going to have a Zoom chat as well just over Christmas. Like, hey, how you doing? I miss you. I'm sorry. You know, because as much as like I worry about them, they like worry about me, and they're like, well, you know, you have latent TB, like you have that forever. We don't want you to get anything that's gonna be coughing. I'm like, well, there's not really any link to it, but that's fair. I mean, I don't know many people who have any kind of TB exposure like, woo, I want Corvid, I want COVID. So
Corvid.
Corvid. I want to be a bird.
Caw.
I'd rather be a bird than be sick, so. But,
I'm sorry. Just there's history behind that. It's don't worry about it.
It's a weird thing I do. It's fine. Let's see. I'll finally be able to do holiday.
Oh, you got me.
Yes. And at some point we're gonna visit. Scott bought. I think I mentioned this before. He bought like this puzzle that's supposed to be like kind of like a game. We put it together and then we can go through the game. We almost. It's a very hard puzzle. I want to point out. I'm really good at these. I used to do puzzles with my grandma all the time. We got most of the outer edge frame, but the way they cut it is deceptive, and you'll have pieces. You're like, that's a smooth edge. No, it's not. It is. Look at it, and it is in the middle of the freaking thing. You're like, it's a lie.
It's a lie.
But we're gonna get the puzzle. We'll get more work done on the puzzle. I don't know if we'll get it finished, but we'll at least get more work done. And then, yeah, I think that's it.
Neat. Yes. So that'll be, Christmas.
And then New Year's.
And then New Year's, yes.
What you like?
We'll have one more show before New Year's, and Ember should be back with us, so that'll be fun.
Oh, I didn't write down what that one is. Is the next one?
Don't worry, I'm hosting. It's fine.
It's all right. Linda's hosting next one.
It's fine.
Which, remember, folks, you can always come watch us record live on twitch.tv/geekgirls on most Monday evenings. And the next one will be on Live Edit.
Live Edit? What day is that? Oh, crap.
12/28.
Yes!
Because I have a calendar right there, because that's my work desk. At 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. That Linda is hosting, so I think it's our holiday Christmas wrap-up.
It's the year wrap-up, that's right. It's
the year wrap-up.
It's winter wrap-up. Which is a throwback, that's many years ago now.
All right. So yeah, we'll be doing our winter wrap-up next week. And in addition to the subs and bits that we get on Twitch, we are supported by our amazing patrons. You're the greatest girlfriends on the internet. You can become a patron at www.patreon.com/grills. And don't forget, if you have Amazon Prime, you can sub to us for free every month on Twitch.
And another way to show your support is by leaving us a review. You can do so on any of your podcast catchers. Leaving a review is free, and they help our ranking, which helps other people find our podcast. And you can join our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter if you'd like to help spread the word. I'm sorry we were so giggly. Like, super giggly.
These things happen.
These things happen.
Well, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitch and Instagram under the name madcap_misk, and you can, that's MISE, Misk. And you can check out my website store at madcapm.com. Ember can be reached at 9 of 12 on Twitter and Twitch, and on the Hearsay, I shall get it right, Heresy and Hearsay podcast. And the Jen can be found at thejensays.com, because she owns it. And you, Ray?
Yep, you can find me on Instagram under Dapple Dame and on Twitch as Ray Ino. You can see we play Monster Camp. All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening and stopping by. Good game.
Good game. GG.
Diamond thing.
Diamonds.
I'm new to the diamond thing.
We are Diamond Club. Oh, all right. So, I don't know if we had any.
I don't think we did.
Hi, Ember.
Commander Meerkats.
Commander and Commander Meerkats.
Thank you.
Blah, 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 blah. So, trying to figure out what game. Oh, hey. Boink. I think that was our. Nope, that was our old. Votey thing.
Oh, okay.
For Showbot, because I forgot to reset it, because I am awesome. I am awesome at doing this.
That's fine.
It's fine. It's
Delayed games, delayed title.
Delayed title is the title of our.
Delayed title is the title.
Delayed title, Ember. Delayed title is the title of our thing. All right.
To be announced.
Oh, I just now saw the raid thing, but I don't know how many people we have. How does Twitch work again?
Oh, we are raiding apparently.
Cool.
Yes.
Thanks, Ember. I'm pretty sure she did that.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going as soon as we fly off into oblivion to raid. I will stop the stream. Are we raiding?
It says we're raiding Denora?
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't see us leaving. Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
All right. Bye, everyone.